Okay, so today we're starting the last doodle sheet of the semester. Woo! Actually, of all of bio. Because in January, you guys are going to another class. Thanks, Steven. I see how much you love me. It's okay. With Mr. French or actual French class? Actual French class. Okay. Okay, so first thing we're going to be exploring is a phenomenon. Okay, acorn to a tree. Okay, now we know what happens to food that we eat. It's broken down and the matter is rearranged to get matter for life and energy from the bonds. But what about plants, right? Do plants eat? I mean, okay, we have like the random carnivorous plants, but like for the most part, plants don't eat food, right? Like you don't see a tree in line at McDonald's to get a burger, right? Unless it's Groot. Okay. I mean, it's Christmas time. Someone can dress up like a tree and go get a burger. Okay, so they don't eat. So how do they get ATP? And just what's going on with them anyways? Okay, so we know an acorn contains enough stored food for the plant to sprout, right? So energy. So the acorn has just enough food for the plant to sprout. Okay, but once it's at this stage, it's out of fuel. Okay, so how does it go from this tiny little thing to a whopping huge tree? Like that's like a tree that you can build like a clubhouse in, put a nice swing on. Like that's a big tree. Okay, how does it do that? So, real quick, answer one. What do you think? How does the tiny sprout grow into a gigantic tree? Okay, where does that matter come from? Take a second, write something down. I will be asking for volunteers in just a minute to tell me what you think. Okay. How does the tiny sprout grow into a gigantic tree? What do you think? Yeah. Nutrients and minerals found in soil. Okay, does anyone else have an idea? Is there any other ideas? Yeah.
Water and sun.
Water and sun. Okay, anything else? That's it? Okay. Where does that matter come from? Okay, we kind of said it with the other answers, right? Water and sun, maybe. Nutrients from the soil. Okay, so we're going to see what the answer is. Okay? So, this guy with a really kind of pompous name, Jan van Helmont, did an experiment in 1648. Okay? So, he took a 5-pound sapling and planted it in 200 pounds of dirt. Okay? 5 years later, he weighed the plant and it weighed 169 pounds. So that's 164-pound weight gain. Okay? But the soil only lost 2 ounces of weight. Okay, do you guys know how much an ounce weighs? Okay, it's probably about the weight of like a pen or a Sharpie. Like it's not heavy, okay? 2 ounces is 1/8 of a pound. Okay, so it lost very little weight from the soil. And likely it's from like the water running through the holes and taking a little bit of dirt with it each time. Okay, so do we think that the plant gained the 164 pounds from the soil? Probably not, right? I mean, it probably absorbed some nutrients from it, but it couldn't have gotten all of it from there, right? So box B, right? No. The soil did not contribute to the plant's gain, to the mass gain of the plant. Okay, so we know that's a no. Let's look over, you're pointing at me. Everything okay over there? Okay. Box C. Does it come from water? Okay, so That's our next question is, does it come from water? Oh, this was the answer. I could have just gone to the next slide and told you to write this. Okay. So plants absorb water through their roots and transport it to their leaves. The water evaporates off the leaves into the atmosphere. Okay. This is called transpiration. Okay, it's a key term, write it down. The process by which water is carried through the plants from the roots to the leaves, where it evaporates into the air. Okay, so they did an experiment. Okay, they measured how much water was put into the plant. Okay, and then they measured how much water was lost through transpiration and found that not enough water is kept by the plant to account for the gain in mass. Okay, so talk to a partner, talk to somebody next to you, box D. Okay, it didn't come from the water, didn't come from the dirt. Okay, oh yeah, you got to write in C that it didn't come from the dirt. I forgot to tell you that. Where else could the mass matter come from? What do plants need to survive? And does cellular respiration happen in plants? Talk to someone near you, come up with an answer for each of those questions. Right. Right. Okay. So what else? Okay. So any ideas? Where else could the mass or matter have come from? The sun. Okay, that's a good idea. Any other ideas? Yeah. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Okay. So what else do plants need to survive? Well, okay. So think of a plant. If I were to plant a flower today, it would need water, it would need soil, and what else? Sunlight. Okay. Do you guys think cellular respiration happens in plants? Yeah, it does. So this is a plant cell, right? We have mitochondria and a plant cell. Mitochondria's sole purpose is cellular respiration. But a byproduct of cellular respiration is CO2. So it's kind of confusing because plants are producing oxygen and CO2. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, does it? Okay, so plants produce CO2. Oh, it's not gonna play. So it's just a little clip of like plants producing bubbles. Is it loading? Load. It's kind of relaxing. No. See, it's just producing bubbles. See, look at all those bubbles. Okay? So plants are definitely producing gas. Okay? So the processes that are going inside the plant, there are two. We have cellular respiration, which normally we've ever tested for, but not this year. Okay? And photosynthesis. Okay? When is photosynthesis happening and when is cellular respiration happening? Well, both photosynthesis and cellular respiration, I do this every time I switch the words, are happening in the light, but the photosynthesis happens faster. So the CO2 is used faster than it can be produced. So what that means is, yes, the plants produce CO2, but they also automatically use it as well as pull extra CO2 from the air to fuel its photosynthesis. Yeah, there was no box E. I deleted it, and I didn't want to have to change everything, so I just left it gone. There's no box E this doodle sheet. Wah, wah. I think this is the last one.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So we're stopping here for the day. Those at home, have fun.